Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation live from Provo and Dallas. Jeremy Jordan, Spencer Linton. The Miracle Bowl in 1980 is perhaps the most iconic game and play in BYU football history. And the man who caught the Hail Mary now joins us, Clay Brown, ahead of BYU and SMU. Of course, Clay, we had to talk to you as the Cougars take on the Mustangs again. Welcome back to the show.
No, thank you very much.
Let's first start with that play. How often do you think about the play? Does it come up every day? How often are you asked about it? Because it is the greatest play in BYU football history.
Yeah, I don't know that I think about it every day, but it gets brought up to me several times a year, and yeah, it's always nice to remember and reminisce. You know, it was a great day for me. It was a great day for BYU, but it was, yeah, I mean, one of the best days of my life.
What was your reaction to Jim McMahon refusing to punt and basically saying, you're all quitters if we punt, we're going for it on fourth down? What do you remember about that sequence of events?
Well, if you'll recall, I was also punter, right? So I was on the field and Jim was going over to the side, so I didn't get to witness all of that. But I'm going back to punt, and I'm kind of shaking my head too. That why are we punting? We've got like 3 or 4 yards to get. We can get 3 or 4 yards, and so I was extremely excited when Jim came running back on the field, and we got to play.
Clay, that was a monster game. You had 5 catches for 155 and 3 touchdowns. Was the Hail Mary even your best play of that game? I'm assuming yes, but you had a lot of great plays.
Well, I did make some plays, and that I caught the first down on that going for it on fourth. But probably the best catch I had was the very first catch in the first half, where I had to kind of reach behind me and scoop it out from in front of the cornerback, and then ran 60-some yards for the touchdown. I thought that was a very good catch.
Clay, we put that in our top 100 plays a couple of years ago. I'm trying to look where we put it at number 20, and you have 2 of the top 20. People forget about the one-hander behind. I love that you mentioned that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I just remember looking back, reaching back, looking back, and there's the SMU defender diving, thinking he's going to get the ball, and I popped it up in front of him and went around him, and hey, it worked well.
Clay Brown is with us on BYU Sports Nation. We need to know at what point, when you're down 20 with 4 minutes to go, and then you start to climb back in it, when did you start to believe, oh my gosh, we can actually win this game?
I believed it from the very get-go. I actually had a play in the previous year's Holiday Bowl, or actually not a play, but my wife at the time had a dream that it was going to come down to the end of the game and I was going to catch a touchdown.
What?
And we were going to win the game. And that one against Indiana. And so it was interesting that I was leaving to get on the bus, and I stepped out of the hotel room for a minute and then just stepped back in and said, hey, you remember that dream you had last year? Maybe this year. And so it started early. It started before the game actually began. And but no, there was never a doubt that we were going to make a run for sure.
That's incredible. That dream came true in an amazing way. And then in 2015, BYU has another miracle with a Hail Mary at Nebraska, which is kind of fun to have these two kind of bookends there. Tell us about that 1980 season, because Jim goes off for 4,000 plus passing yards. He sets all these NCAA records. You guys get that bowl win. It was disappointing to lose on a missed field goal the year before. What did that 1980 season mean for BYU football and that group?
We'd been to I played in the first 3 Holiday Bowls, right, and lost the first 2, and we'd been working on trying to get our program on the map, and we just were kind of there, but we needed to get over the hump, and it was just an opportunity, and it was a bunch of guys that just wouldn't give up. We weren't the most talented team in the country for sure, but man, we had a bunch of kids with a lot of heart, and nobody ever gave up. We had an incredible leader in Jim McMahon, just to call out Lavelle on fourth down and punting the ball and giving us the opportunity. There was a lot of fight in the dog, and I'm just glad Lavelle listened to him.
I'm glad you bring up Jim McMahon, because I think everybody wants to know more about what type of teammate he was, and specifically what he did as a leader that helped BYU football so much at that time.
He just had a sense of confidence, and people say he was a little bit cocky. Yeah, you got to be a little bit cocky to play major sports, and especially when you're going to be the leader of a team. But he just had a ultra confidence. He would, you'd go down the field, and he'd throw you the ball, and you're a knucklehead, and you don't catch it, and you're cursing yourself, and you come back to the huddle, and Jim would say, "My fault, bad pass." He would take things off of you to let you be better, and so just by his example, he always believed in us, and we believed in him, and we accomplished some great things that year.
Walk us through what you remember about the Hail Mary from the start of your route to the finish.
The start of it was not all that exciting. I knew that I had to get the heck down the field, right? And so I started running, and then I start to look back, and I see the ball go up in the air. And I know that there's some guys behind me, but I just had my eyes fixed on the ball, and he threw it out of the stadium, I think. It was up that high and came back down, and I just kept running and running and running and reaching and getting to that point, and last thing, getting my arms up, and then the ball came down into it, and I got the catch. Okay, there's a lot of people who wonder if I really caught the ball. Yes, I did catch the ball, but the biggest fight in the world was on the pile, because I had that ball, and there were 3 or 4 of them that were on top of me trying to yank it away, and there was just no way that I was going to let go, and I didn't think it was ever going to end, but I was tucked around that ball and holding on for dear life, and finally I was able to get up and saw the touchdown sign, and the rest.
All right, as far as expectations go tonight for BYU at SMU, Clay, because you are a guy who has a notable moment in this series, what are you expecting tonight from the Cougars in Dallas?
Well, I wouldn't expect anything other than they're going to line up, they're going to strap on their helmets, they're going to get after it, they're going to do their best, they're going to execute, and they're going to play with their hearts. And if you could do those things, and you could be determined, and you're going to have some setbacks, and you're going to come back from them, then anything is possible.
Clay, it's always great to talk to you, one of the great tight ends in BYU history with the most iconic play in BYU history. Thanks for the time on the game day of BYU and SMU.
Okay, thanks for having me, and go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Clay Brown on the program. Wow, I love talking to Clay. What a moment. What a sequence of events there. Hey, some people don't think I caught the ball. I've never thought that there's anyone that didn't think he caught it. He wasn't going to let go of that ball. That's awesome.